Good morning. Hi, Piper. Good morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to be the only one here or not. So I switched things up a little bit. We talked about this last week, possibly doing this. I am going to start doing live writing sprints Tuesday mornings now, and I'm moving newsletter chat to 10 a.m. for those of you who want to stay and chat with me about newsletters. So I was going to do things normal this week and then announce it, and then next week. But I thought, you know what? No, let's just do it. Pull the trigger, rip off the Band-Aid, whatever that saying should be, but I'm glad that at least Piper is here. I thought probably was gonna be by myself. So good morning, Piper. 25 minutes of writing, 5 minutes of chat on the other end, and we will be back in momentarily, and I had to get some music ready. So we'll go ahead and start writing, and I'll get the music. and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Take that off there. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chandra, I believe. Sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Glad to have you here this morning. Piper says she's editing today. Oh, that's actually fun because you know what that means? That means that you got your book done. So it's time to start editing. Are you editing the book you just finished? Curious because, you know, my vice and always the other ladies on the podcast vice is to walk away. Mine specifically, I walk away for a month and I start writing the next book, or sometimes I edit the book I wrote before this one. It just depends on how things happened. If I like stopped editing a book, I stopped writing a book, and then I will go on the next one. Then sometimes when I'm done with that one, anyways. Anywho, I'm glad you guys are here. I am not editing today. I am trying to get some eggs in a row for newsletter chat, which will be at 10 a.m. because I have some major issues I have to deal with. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that today while also being live. Um, Pepper says, not my book. No, editing a book set in Alaska. Oh, I think I know what book you're talking about. Okay, my website is down and my email is down. So I have to get on the phone with Namecheap, who is where I get my hosting through, get my everything through them, and figure out a plan. What happened is I changed hosting, and with the new hosting came a free SSL, but I already have an SSL. I know this is all whatever that anyone cares about, but the problem is that that has crashed my website. It's been crashed all weekend, and they probably have. This week I should post some pictures. Because things that were painted in the bathroom, but the dress from the summer is as a dress from there, and it just didn't look right. And I got my husband to oh, there's something on my mic. Hold on one second. Okay, how is that? Hopefully that's better. I need a brand new mic is what I need, and that's what I was supposed to get for my birthday. And I didn't get it, and that's how I ended up with ducks because my husband felt bad because he didn't get what I asked for my birthday. Anywho, let me know if it's better or if it's not. I'm just gonna keep talking. Um, so the walls were so bad that I was able to convince my husband for us to shiplap it, and I love it. It looks great. It looks very rustic, but cool at the same time. So that got finished this weekend. But so I had all these plans and then that, and I know it's going to take me a long time to sit on the phone with them and figure this out. Piper wants to know, what is SSL? I don't know. I just know I have to have it. It is some sort of security certificate that I pay for. It might be the reason why I have the HTTPS instead. If you don't sell on your website, you don't need the S, but when people come to your website, Microsoft and Chrome, all of them decided to tell the person this website's not safe. So I paid for it so that I wouldn't get that from people. So now you can barely hear me, but no static. Are you kidding me? All right, well, it's time for us to go into a sprint. I'm gonna try to fix this situation, and then we'll come out of this hopefully in a better situation, I guess. I don't know, but here we go.
Three, two, one, go. 2, 1. Done.
Done. All right, 2 sprints down, 2 to go. What all did you guys get accomplished? So I got newsletter chat scheduled. That's what I got accomplished. I feel like that's all I got. I'm sure there was more that I did. Oh, okay. So I've decided I'm not going to try to fix my website before I'm done live streaming. I was going to try to fit it in. It's work, right? And I'm like, what if I can't get done before it's break time? It's just too much. Just too much. So yeah, that's what I started to say. I hope my mic is doing well. If it's not, please let me know as soon as possible. And I think that means I'm going to be ordering a new mic tomorrow. Um, my website is down. It's an SSL certificate, something I paid for. It's some sort of security thing that I was encouraged to do by my friend who was my webmaster, still technically is my webmaster. But now we're kind of putting everything over up to me to do it on my own, which it's not impossible. So I actually went to school for this, but back like before, like way back. I'm gonna show how old I am. I graduated college in '95. And I came out of Boston University with a degree in communication studies because they didn't have a title for this yet. And I was one of 5 students that were like basically had a specialization in website design. Couldn't get a job. Kiss 108, the big radio station in Boston, told me, why would we ever need a website? Like that's what they told me in an interview. That's how I ended up in radio, not through them, through a different radio station. It's a lifetime. It's a couple of lifetimes ago. But anyway, so I know a lot of this. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Like I don't like doing the back end stuff. I don't like doing the HTML. I do it because I can. And it saves me some money. But my friend Vicky is like a queen of it. She's so good at it. But she's got other things going on too. And so she's still back there to help me, but Chandra says, I'm back. Just took the dog out and did my morning chores. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if my kids have done the chores yet. Like the chickens and ducks need some looking at for sure. Piper says, I'm up to page 33. Good for you, Piper. And says, my mic is perfect. Great. She says, oh my goodness, we're all on the floor laughing. I know. So yeah, website's down, email is down. I need to stop talking about though, because I'm gonna talk about it during newsletter chat because it actually affects newsletter chat way more than it affects this. So I'm just gonna wait until I was gonna wait until I was done with newsletter chat, and then I got a call from my dad, who by the way, yesterday my mom was in the hospital yesterday. He came over here to pick up my daughter. I have 3 daughters, and they like to spend special time with grandma and grandpa, which is awesome that my parents are able to do that. And my mom called and said she was having chest pains. My dad rushed back. They got her to the hospital. I went to the hospital. I couldn't get in, which I knew I wouldn't be able to, but I wanted to be there. And they went and got him, and he came out and said they did an EKG and she's fine. No heart attack, at least. And then after that, then they just did a whole bunch of tests and can't find anything wrong. So on top of all of that, my website down, my mom's in the hospital. My dad's car starts breaking down on his way home, and he didn't want to tell me because he knew everything I had going on. So he somehow limped it home. And today he called me and said, "Can you take me to the grocery store?" Now my dad is not like, I know I'm old or whatever, but my dad is like not an invalid by any means. So he hates to ask for any help. So I knew that was a big deal for him. So the website's going to wait. It's not even going to happen then too. So Piper says it's so strange how much has changed in the last couple of decades. It really is. It's crazy, like, when you think about it. I remember in college sitting in a course with a professor. So Boston University loves to have very high name professors. So we had professors that had just retired from Apple and some that just retired from Microsoft and some that, like were like had just been executives and they were in the business. And one of them, my favorite professor had just retired from Adobe, or Apple, no, Apple, but he had worked with Adobe. Anyway, he's told me there's someday you're going to be able to sit down on your TV and say, I want to watch Gilligan's Island. And you'll just put Gilligan's Island on. And I was like, okay, crazy man. I bet I could go watch Gilligan's Island right now if I wanted to, but so much has changed. So, all right, that's enough babbling for me. Let's do another 25 minutes. We have 2 more of these. We'll chat at the end. Next break, I want to hear. So I know Piper is editing. I want to know what all of you guys are up to with whether you're editing, you're writing, what are you doing to advance your career? So I want some more information on you guys, and I'm going to get some actual work done, not just like background stuff.
3, 2, 1, go.
My timer didn't say, what's up with my hair? My timer didn't say 3, 2, 1. I just went 3 to 1 done. Like all of a sudden. That was really strange. What is going on with me today? I keep taking my headphones off and doing things and yeah. All right. Piper says, ahem, some of us who might have a few years on you do not agree that you are old. You must be hanging around with too many people who are younger than you are. Possibly. Well, it's quarantine, so everybody that I'm hanging out with basically is 15, 12, and 10. So I guess I'm feeling a little bit old. Yeah, kind of there. So I got some author copies signed. I'll cover up addresses, but I got a bunch of them. I got a pile here. I got to mail out that I hadn't mailed yet because I was waiting on a response from one of my winners and never got a response from them. So it kind of fell off my radar until I had another winner send me a note and say, "Was I supposed to have gotten that by now?" And I'm like, "Ah, crap." Oops. Piper says she's up to page 38 now. Awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a whole lot of nothing done. I'm getting things done, but I'm not getting any writing or editing done because I can't get my mind in that spot knowing that I have this big project ahead of me that really stinks. So, anywho. So what's everyone else working on? I have I told you guys last week that I have book 4 in my head now, so I can move on to outline that. Maybe I'll start working on that this next sprint. It's our last sprint of the day before, and then don't forget at 10 o'clock, I'm having newsletter chat for those of you that want to just kind of hang out and join for that. It'll be another stream, but you just got to like go back over to my channel. If you are new here, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my sprints. Piper says your children do not get to decide how old is. LOL. They are children. Ask your parents if you're old or the other elderly people at your church. LOL. Well, my dad would constantly tell me how old I am and tries to act as if that doesn't make him any older. So that one doesn't really help, but yeah. All right. I'm not feeling it. It really is a frame of mind, isn't it? Like most days I don't feel old. Um, Today I don't really feel old either. I was just trying to give a reference that I think that a lot of, I guess in my mind, when I talk about my dad, I think people assume there's this elderly man out there, and my father is not. I mean, he's not elderly. Like I don't seem that he's very like does. He's just a guy. Like he doesn't have any health issues. My mom, on the other hand, has dementia, and so she looks much older than she is, and she's definitely an older person, even though like she's only a year older than my dad. But I was just making reference to that. But most days I don't feel old. Um, some days I try to pretend I'm younger and my kids do try to remind me of that. But but I guess that I'm old enough to have a son who's married. Of course, he is my stepson, but technically I could have birthed him. I'm a little bit younger than my husband, but technically I could have been his mom, I guess, but we're not going to talk technicalities today. So, all right, one more minute until our last sprint. I'm going to pull out my old editing again, not editing, outlining again. Piper is editing. Everyone else is being quiet in the chat. That's okay. Some days you just need to have the music in the background, the timing, and I'm totally fine with that. I totally get it. Yeah, so here we go with our last sprint of the day. And Piper says, yes, she agreed. It's largely a frame of mind. It is. It for sure is. I don't think I started feeling like I was old until the whole thyroid cancer thing. And then I started everybody that came up to me is like, "Oh, honey, don't worry about it. Look, I don't even have a scar." And it would be this big, large, purple, jagged, like total scar. And they didn't think it was a big deal, but they're all like in their everybody who wanted to talk to me about how they survived thyroid cancer was like in their 70s. And I'm like, oh, guess I'm at that point in life now where I'm no longer hanging out with the 20-year-olds and I'm hanging out with the grandmas. And I'm okay with that. My newsletter subscribers are mostly grandmas and I love them. So all right, here's our last sprint for the day. We'll chat one more time on the end of this and then on a newsletter chat.
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1. Done.
Done. And we have spent 2 hours working on our careers, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Hopefully you got some writing done today. I did not. Story of my life lately, but I got things done. And I'm ready to move on over to newsletter chat for those of you that are interested in that as well. Yeah, so what'd you guys get done? Why don't you guys throw it in the chat? Let's see if you're editing, tell us what you edited or how many pages you got done. If you are writing, you can share words. If you're handwriting, you share pages. I know that if you watch the podcast, you know that our friend Rhonda loves to handwrite when she is sprinting. So it's possible for sure that you did that. So I got some graphics done for just things I had to do. I also responded to somebody that was looking to like would send me a message, and I because my email isn't working, hope they found me on Instagram, so that's really good. I'm glad they did that. I got some business type stuff done. So Piper says no writing, lol, but career, so it's good. Same here, right? Baby steps. Got to move forward with everything. So all right, well, let's see. Piper says, is there a way to find images you have already downloaded from deposit photos? Do you know when you go to deposit photo? Oh, so you want to know? It's a good question. So I think you can go to deposit photos, and then there's something you can click on that's your photos. It'll show the ones that you've already downloaded. You can also just go to your downloads folder. Unless you're using Mac, I don't know Macs, but on PCs, go to downloads, and you just kind of have to flip through all of them. But I've got a minute. That's about all I got. Let me go over to deposit photos and see if I can figure that question out for you, because I am a huge fan of them. I use them a lot. Let's see, profile. So I'm just gonna be chitter chatting while I'm trying to figure this out. in the upper right corner, you will see here. I can just share screen on this. We'll just take care of this right now for you. Do a Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like this. See up here, this is the back of mine. So if you click on this, you go down to where it says, there's a little face up here. You can actually put your face there if you want. I never have done it, but you go to downloads. And when you click that, it shows everything you've ever downloaded. Like you can see, I've got lots of pages of downloads. So yep, that's how you do it. Oh, I didn't share. There we go. Okay, so in this upper corner here, see this little face here? You click that and you go to downloads and it takes you to the page I'm already on here actually. And there's all the pictures I've downloaded for the podcast and for myself, and that's how you do it. So, all right. Well, glad I was able to help with that at the last minute. And I hope you guys are interested in newsletter chat. We'll be over there in about 2 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody who's here sprinting with us. I did get things done. Hopefully one day this week I'll be able to share with you a number of words. Like hopefully I'll get some editing done, or actually I'm still outlining, which is writing for me as well. You're welcome, Piper. Glad that I was able to help you with that. I will see you guys all tomorrow morning from 8 to 10 a.m. to do this once more. So until then, see you later.